Welcome. It's the New Sports Show live once again on Hosanna Radio every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8. It's another week, the second week of 2023. We're here. We're trying to be consistent. We're trying to be here every week, man. 2022, I ain't gonna lie. 2022 was a rough year, man, for the New Sports Radio Show. That was a rough year. I'll probably come once every other month and stuff like that. So, it was really a rough year last year. But this year, it's a new year, man. New year, new me. And I'm trying to be here every week more consistently for you guys and us, and for us as well. We're trying to, continue to do bigger and better. And yeah, we here. And let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. We made the playoffs, man. The Dolphins made the playoffs, man. The Dolphins made the playoffs. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. It was looking ugly. It was ugly. Probably still is ugly. But like I said last week, it was, I talked about how we was 8-3. I talked about how we was the top of the division. We was looked at as a Super Bowl contender. Tua Tagovailoa was an MVP candidate, top 3 MVP candidate. And then all of a sudden, we just nosedived. Like a plane that's in the air and just started. But here's the thing. You know how in the movies you see where the plane is nosediving, but instead of it hitting the water, in the movie, instead of it hitting the water, all of a sudden, the pilot trying to pull it up, all of a sudden, we get right back up before we hit the water. And we go, we go back up. And now, that's what happened with our season, man. It was a straight nosedive, man. And last minute, last second, we made it and we was able to get back in the air before we dove in the water, man. And last week, I said, the worst case scenario was us going down from 8-3 all the way down to being out of the playoffs. And the only silver lining, and shouts out to everybody tuning in on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. And the only silver lining for this season, the only light, the little glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel was us squeaking into the playoffs. And we did it. We did it. We snuck into the playoffs, y'all boys. And shouts out to the coaching staff. Shouts out to the Dolphins organization, the defense. Man, oh my God. Round of applause for the defense, man. Round of applause for the defense. Round of applause for the defense, man. And I kid you not, the defense stepped up, man. Because you got to also remember, for some reason, listen, I listen and I watch a lot of national media, bro. More than I should. And the national media, they have something against these Dolphins, man. I don't know what it is, but it's something that they have against these Dolphins. And one thing I will say is that when everybody was counting us out, we had reports that, Josh Boyer was going to get fired, the defensive coordinator and whatnot. And they stuck through, man. This defense stuck it through. And the respect that, for some reason, we don't get is this is how far the disrespect goes when it comes to the Dolphins, right? Nobody likes losing to the Dolphins. No one. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, whenever a team is playing against them Dolphins, they don't want to lose to the Dolphins, bro. I don't know what it is. You have the New York Jets, who were playing all these other quarterbacks, but then when the Dolphins was about to play them, all of a sudden you want to put the veteran in Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's a Super Bowl champion, one-time Super Bowl champion. Joe Flacco is a savvy veteran, been in this league a long time. Joe Flacco can run an offense. Joe Flacco can get you some points. If there's talent around Joe Flacco could go out there and get you a win. And that's what they did. They put Joe Flacco in the starting lineup because they did not want to lose to the Dolphins. And with Joe Flacco in that starting lineup, I'm not going to lie to you. Especially the receiver Wilson, one hell of a talent. New York Jets have talent on their side of the field. New York Jets has a bona fide team. The only problem with the New York Jets, they have no quarterback. And with Joe Flacco in the helm, I'm not gonna lie to you. Once a quarterback like Joe Flacco get hot, he gonna score points, man. And I kid you not, bro. The minute I seen Joe Flacco, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, man, the Jets might win this game, man. We got Skylar Thompson. He's a rookie quarterback, 7th round draft pick, 7th round rookie. You know, he's still developing as a thrower, as a passer of the football, and you know, he's still learning how to drop back and pass prototypically. And for me, the one thing that Skylar Thompson, in my opinion, has that's in his favor is his athletic ability, right? And Joe Flacco, every time he was getting in a groove in a drive, the defense stepped up. The defense stepped up with the stop, man. The defense did not allow a touchdown. The defense only allowed 6 points. And when it was gut check time going towards the fourth quarter, and for some reason, Joe Flacco kept attacking Xavier Howard for some reason, man. You kept attacking. You kept attacking the Pro Bowl a Pro Bowl quarterback. Why I don't know, but Xavier Howard stepped up, swatting passes after pass. Now, now moving forward, you have the Zach Sealer and the other defensive linemen that's in the middle, and they stuff in the run. A really good run offense, and the on the back end with the secondary, we injured. The only person we have healthy is Xavier Howard, and we locking them down. And they have bona fide receivers on the other side, man. They got Wilson. They got tight ends. They got other receiver. What's the receiver from that came from the U? They got good players over there. So we beat a good team. And shouts out to Mike McDaniel, man. Mike McDaniel had one of the toughest jobs in the NFL this year, and especially being a rookie head coach to have to deal with all that, to have to deal with the fact that you was 8-3, to have to deal with a starting quarterback who got two concussions in a week, and then a month and a half later got another concussion, and now your backup quarterback, he comes in. Every time he comes in, he gets hurt and he get knocked out. Then now you're stuck putting in a seventh round rookie. I mean, he's in the seventh round for a reason. He's not no Brock Purdy. And and to maneuver and to um, orchestrate a game plan to generate points to get us to the next round or to the next game and to get us a win. Credit to Mike McDaniel, right? So um yeah. So to be honest, Mike McDaniel did a masterful job, man. And we've had multiple head coaches in the past. We've had the Brian Flores of the world. We've had the the Tony Spiranos of the world. We've had I'm trying. There's one specific one I'm thinking of, one specific head coach I'm thinking about in my mind. Dolphins head coach. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. He came from the Packers. I'm trying to remember who it is. He came from the Packers. His name is Joe Philbin. We've had the Joe Philbins of the world. We've had the Adam Gases of the world, right? And this is what Adam Gase was supposed to be. Adam Gase was supposed to be the one who made the team better and orchestrate. Don't get it twisted. Adam Gase, when he first came in, he was good. But I guess his offense started to just fizzle out a little bit. But, you know, when it comes to Adam Gase, once they figured him out, you never really seen Adam Gase, Joe Philbin, whoever. You never really seen like a masterful difference when it comes to the scheme after, week in and week out. But with Mike McDaniel, you clearly seen a schematic difference. You clearly seen a schematic a schematic how would I say it? An apparent schematic scheme week in and week out. You clearly see a schematic game plan week in and week out with Adam Gase, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, we did a good job when it comes to finding Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel said something in the press conference. He said, credit. He said he gives credit to all the upper management, Stephen Ross, and everybody else for giving him this opportunity because, quite frankly, the Dolphins was his only Dolphins interview. He didn't get an interview from any other team. And for him to get the job of the only team he got interviewed for, then there had to be something that the Dolphins seen in him. And that game, man, what a game. It was a game of survival, right? I've never been in so much exhilaration in a long time with that game. With Skylar Thompson, I kid you not, we would not be in the playoffs if Skylar Thompson did not use his athletic ability to get away from the defenders. Because I kid you not, that defensive line for New York Jets is a how can I say it? That defensive line for the Jets is one of the best defensive lines in the league. And to only be sacked one time, I'm talking about that defensive line was getting in the backfield every other play. And Skylar Thompson was just evading them, and if he didn't see anybody, he threw it away. I kid you not. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think Skylar Thompson learned something from this Tua situation. Skylar Thompson, like, listen, man, I'm a 7th round draft pick. I barely made the team. Whenever I play, I'm going to make sure I don't get hurt. Why is that? See, Tua need to take a page out of Skylar Thompson's book. Because if you was watching that game, you would have seen that every time they almost got to Skylar Thompson, he threw the ball away. That man was like a garbage man. He was throwing the ball away, throwing it to the sidelines. Every time they almost sacked him, they almost got to him. He said, "Listen, man, I'm gonna live to see another play." And that's exactly what he did. If the play was broken and he didn't see anything or he couldn't see down the field, I'm throwing the ball away. And believe it or not, there's not. What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. He threw the ball away, and okay, let's go to the next play. I felt like you don't understand how much that helped us more than it hurted us. You could think, oh, that hurts us because he's throwing the ball away, and now we got to go. Now that's a down that's wasted. No, it's not a down wasted. Guess what? We still got the ball, and we didn't lose any yards. So we got another play to figure something out. Man, I'm at the point where Tua should have did more of that when he was a starter. If he was starting and he didn't see it, the play was materializing or anything, just throw the ball away. He probably would not even have to deal with multiple concussions. And that's what Skylar Thompson did last week. That defensive line is vicious, bro. That defensive line got some dogs. And throughout the whole game, he only got sacked one time. How do you only get sacked one time when they were literally in the backfield every play? How? Whoever coached them up and talked to him before the game, bravo, man. Salute. Because you gave him a wonderful blueprint. If they get to the backfield and the play is not materialized, you can't see anybody downfield, throw the ball away. Live to fight another play. Live to fight another day. And that's exactly what happened. Now, in my opinion, we're going to have to do that this week coming up. Now, it's Buffalo. If you think the Jets' defensive line was dogs, wait till you see the Buffalo Bills' defensive line. Wait till you see the Buffalo Bills' defense. All right. They not nothing to play with. So now, I kid you not, man. I'm encouraged. I'm not going to lie to you. With everything I've read, with the statistics I've been reading and everything I've been reading, it says that the Dolphins have a 1% chance of winning this game. So you're saying there's a chance? 1% chance? That's better than no chance at all. So now, listen to you guys. Listen, this is one thing I will say. I'm gonna get what's the word? I'm gonna talk a little bit I'm gonna be a little bit, I'm gonna do fan talk for a little bit right now. This is fan talk. This is not sports analyst talk. This is not sports radio host talk. This is fandom talk right here. Dolphins fandom talk. You got to let me do that a little bit. We made the playoffs, for goodness sake, right? The Dolphins, one thing about our organization is that a lot of people hate on us, man. They hate on the Dolphins. Why do they hate on the Dolphins? Because we are the one team that always bring up, hey, we're undefeated. We the only team that went undefeated. We always hang that on everybody. They hate it. Because we the only team that ever went undefeated. They hate that. Everybody hate that we can always say that. Right? Even though we don't win no playoff game in 15, 20 years. Even though we haven't made a division game or an AFC championship game in 25, 30 years. But one thing we can say, hey, the Dolphins went undefeated. That's the one thing we can always say. They hate that. They hate that. They hate that. One thing the Dolphins always do, we always end up in some historic. We always end up in some type of historic subject, or end up in some historic end up doing something historic. We always end up in like some type of historic game, or this going on, historic this, historic that. We're always making history. The reason why I say that, last year, we was the first team in NFL history to go 1-7, and then end up 8-8, 9-8, 8-8, and then right, we also made history when we played the Patriots a couple years ago, when we made the miracle. I don't know if you remember the miracle when Kenyon Drake ran that ball towards the end zone in the end of the game against the Patriots. That was like the slimmest comeback and in NFL history. One of the closest, like the end is like that was the slimmest comeback in NFL history. Like it was only like a couple of seconds left on the game. We always are making history. Somehow, someway, we're always making history. And for some reason, I feel like this is right in our alley as a Dolphin organization. History. And what is history? A team where we could possibly be the largest upset in NFL playoff history. We only have, with all the statistics and whatnot, a 1% chance of winning this game. Right? We are almost 2 touchdowns underdog. Right? And I feel like that's right in our alley, man. I feel like, as a fan, I'm just speaking as a fan right now, Skylar Thompson I feel like this game that he just played prepared him for this game coming up. How? What do you mean, Alvin? What do you mean? The reason why I say that is we played one of the best defensive lines in the league last game. He only got sacked one time. No turnovers. He threw the ball away. Whenever there was whenever there was no play materialized or anything like that, he threw the ball away. He didn't turn the ball over. If one thing about wins and losses, man, when he turned the ball over, when the ball's being turned over, you lose games, man. And with Skylar Thompson, right? Let me see. I don't know if he threw an interception. I would have to check. I don't remember. But with Skylar Thompson, he didn't make any drastic turnovers. Right? And yeah, he was 20 for 31, 152 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. A game like that, seventh round rookie, normally you're due for a pick. You're due for an interception. If Skylar Thompson could go in there and go 20 for 31, and instead of being 152, let's say 200, 220 yards, I like our chances, man. Because the reason why I say that, if you're throwing 220 yards, that means you getting now. That means you extending drives. 220 yards plus let's say another 60 to 100 with the running game. That's 330 yards of offense. We moving something, man. We moving something. We doing something. We're not staying stagnant. We going somewhere. And the way the defense has been playing, the way this has that as stout that the defense has been playing, we going somewhere, man. It's a formula. If we could just muddy this game up, man, get this game to how we want to play it as a Dolphins team, which is low scoring, field goal, um, field goal game, field possession game. Shouts out to the punter. Punter was the field goal. The field goal game was back and forth was masterful, right? Shouts out to Jason Sanders, man. And I don't like this notion that people keep saying that Jason Sanders had a horrendous season. He did not have a horrendous season. He scored most of his field goals under 50 yards. But when it was 50 yards and up, he was like 2 for 5, 2 for 6, whatever. That's just, I mean, with his body of work, he just had a bad season. But in my opinion, that kick that brought us to the playoffs, that's the kick. That kick is worth more than all his misses, man. He brought us to the playoffs. And shouts out to that. We made it, man. We made the big dance. We made the dance, man. We made the dance. And listen, man, you got half of the teams right now that are home, and they can't say that. They can't say that. They can't say that they made the playoffs. There was a video that that's all over Facebook where you see Patriots defensive linemen, you see the Jets running back, Jets team, and then you have the you have the what else? The Patriots team. You have all those teams. They were always mocking Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle has this penguin celebration that he does, right? And all you see is just a montage of them um, mocking his celebration, right? Now, guess what? Then it says, okay, y'all done made the playoffs. The Dolphins did, and then you see Jalen Waddle. He looking at the camera like, yeah, we here. Okay, calm down. We coming. People don't know this. We coming. So it's like all that, all this turmoil throughout the season, And it's to see that we made the playoffs after all that, man. Wow, wow, that's a blessing. But this is it's a it's tough, man. It's tough. We got we're not healthy, man. We got Tua. He's officially been ruled out. Um, it was breaking news. Tua has officially been ruled out, man. And and I'm not gonna lie to you. Even I, was like, man, maybe, there's a chance. Maybe, you know, he's been out almost 3 weeks. Maybe, he could come back and start in the playoffs. And and that's that was the best case scenario with that situation. Granted, he had three concussions in 3 months, but he was out for almost. He's going to be almost out for 3 weeks. And we thought, okay, maybe if he cleared concussion protocol after 3 weeks, that'd be the best case scenario. He'll be here in time to play with against the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. The last time we played, we almost won. We almost beat the Buffalo Bills. But no two. And now he's been ruled out as of yesterday. Um, he's been ruled out. It's I'm looking at it right here on Miami Dolphins Zone on Facebook. It says Mike McDaniel says as of today, which was yesterday, Tua has not been cleared by doctors to resume football activities on the field with his teammates because of that and because of the time he has missed. He is ruled out for Sunday. McDaniel also says Teddy Bridgewater is working his way back. He's strained to get back Sunday. As it stands now, he's working to prepare himself to be capable on Sunday. As a result, he can't afford any setbacks. So we will approach we will approach be approaching the game today as Skylar Thompson as the starting QB. Danny also says Tua was a credible part of our season. Mentions Tua's role in the 8 of the team's 9 wins. Says Tua is very conflicted but understands this is with doctors concerned. This is with doctors concerned about his best interests. Mike Daniels says there's a possibility that Tua will travel with the team to support from Buffalo. Mike Daniel also says he's not thinking about Tua's career when asked about it. Mike McDaniel says he's worried about Tua's day and health as a human being. He doesn't want to deviate from his approach. Mike McDaniel was asked about Skylar Thompson and how he's handling possibility of a playoff start. He talks about how Skylar has handled it thus far. It was no easy test versus the Jets. Those that are weak will be exposed immediately. McDaniel on Thompson's performance versus New York, the way he thinks, he hopes that was the worst he plays. That's good. That's good. I mean, my thing is the more reps you play, the more games you play, the better you get, and more experience you get. He's also talked about Teron Armstead. Teron Armstead is progressing according to Mike McDaniel. He will play if capable, but if not, he'll make the best decision for the team. Mike McDaniel's not ruling out Raheem Mostert, who has a broken thumb. I don't know how he's gonna hold the ball, but that dude was running that ball, man. That dude was balling, man. That was I don't understand. Like we traded for the other guy, but he technically ain't really do nothing. Hasn't really been doing nothing, man. We should have kept running with Mostert, man. Like he was giving us more of a running game.
My Edwards, right?
Talking about Raheem Mostert. I'm talking about the new guy that came from San Francisco.
Edwards.
Yeah. So then I don't think his name is Edwards.
Edward Jr.
No, his name was not Edwards. But Jalen Waddle said he disappointed but not shocked that Tua is out. Asked if he believes Tua will play for the Dolphins again. Jalen says he's not the right person to answer that. Mike Gesicki confirms he was stuck in the elevator for 45 minutes. I enjoyed my time, Mike said. Mike Gesicki also said, I want Tua to be healthy. His long-term health is more important than anything.
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson was the running back. Jeff Wilson, they traded for him, man, but he hasn't really done, I don't know, he hasn't really done as good as I thought he would, man. That boy, him Mostert, man, he was running that route. Man. And Mike McDaniel also said it was compounding variables, not setbacks, that led to Tua Tagovailoa being ruled out Sunday versus the Bills. Mike McDaniel asked about Tua's long-term future, and he said, I'm just thinking about his day and getting full health as a human being. So it wasn't any setbacks for Tua that caused him to be ruled out, but it was just other compounding variables. I mean, and Tua's final rankings this season: passer rating 105.5, first in the NFL. Pass TD attempts 6.3%, tied first in the NFL. Yards per attempt 8.87, tied first in the NFL. Yards per completion 13.7, was ranked first in the NFL. And this is what people were saying in the beginning of the season, that he could not throw the long ball. He proved you guys wrong, man. All those people who said he couldn't throw the ball, he proved you wrong, big time. He proved you wrong, big time. And so I just, the one thing I will say is Teddy, man. Every time Teddy got an opportunity to take over the reins, bro, and for it to be Teddy time, he just got, I don't understand. He gets knocked out. Man, we really got bit by the injury bug with the quarterback position this season. But one thing, for some reason, I always see, whenever the last time we made the playoffs, Tannehill was the starting quarterback. And when we reached the playoffs, he got hurt. And who had to play? I forgot the backup at the time. What's his name?
He played for the Browns now.
Miami Dolphins.
He played for the Browns. It was
Dolphins starting.
No, it wasn't him.
Was it Matt?
And now he retired now.
Yeah, he retired.
He retired now. I don't know who you talking about.
Yeah. Playoff quarterback. I'm gonna find it right now. But
I don't know. Not like with Teddy. Like I said, when we got him, I was really, really happy. I ain't gonna lie to you. To the point that I'm like, man, Tua can get hurt. We got a veteran quarterback that's gonna come in. That's gonna, do what he gotta do, what Tua did. But I don't know why every time
Matt Moore.
Yeah, I miss him. I don't know why every time he come in, he always get hurt. I don't know why. What's going on? But another thing too, I ain't want to change the subject, but still on the Dolphins, we talk about the Dolphins. I feel like they fell off on the tight ends though. What you think?
Mike McDaniel, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie
know
to
what
him.
happened last year. The
He
Titans
did
was
not.
balling.
He did not incorporate Mike Gesicki.
Oh man, we got two big,
in
good
the
tight ends
playoffs.
too.
I mean, in the offensive schemes at all.
I don't
Like
know
my thing
why.
is like that is also one a thing. Hopefully next year he can incorporate. Shouts out to Fuemi. He texted. He said we need a miracle from the Dolphins, but he said it's possible. And uh but but my thing is like with Jalen Waddle and um Jalen Waddle and what's the other star receiver? I'm blanking right now. Tyreek Hill. Like with them, like he should Mike Gesicki should have had a lot more open catches because most of the DBs were paying attention to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. How don't you incorporate Mike Gesicki in the game plan? Like I don't get it.
I feel like they be open, but they so they so
locked into the star receivers.
Yes, they still locked into the star receiver. When they go downfield, they just lost on the ball. But really, them boys be open. The tight ends, they be open, going cross routes, fade routes, all that. They be open, but I don't know why they're not even like Sunday with the quarterback. I can
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, he was delivering the rock to the tight end, and guess what happened? He was getting big yards.
He was.
But with Tua, I don't know why, but last year Tua was.
He had set last year. Mike Gesicki had like 75 yards, 75 catches.
You see,
this year he only got like 30.
30.
That's crazy. Like
one of the best tight ends in the
league
right now.
And then you didn't want to sign him. And this is the thing. Like one thing somebody also told me. Like I like where I worked at. I met a former NFL linebacker. He played for San Francisco 49ers. And he told me, he was like, bro, one thing about the NFL, it is politics. It is so political, bro. Like, so my thing is, you gotta understand, this past offseason, he was trying to get a big deal. After that season, they didn't want to give him a big deal. They franchise tagged him. So now he's stuck on a franchise tag. Now, it's like, he wanted a big deal last year after that big season. You don't give it to him. Give him a franchise tag. Now this year, he got career low in catches. Now you're going to try to come to him and try to give him a low ball deal. If I'm Mike Gesicki, I'm I'm not signing no long-term deal with y'all, boy. Because I was supposed to get a big deal last year. And this year, this new coach come in here, and he don't even pay me no mind. Pretty much ignored.
I feel like because Tyree kind of stole the show, though. You know?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Come on, now, if you're a coach and you see the fastest receiver in the NFL come to your team, what you gonna do?
Patrick Mahomes.
You're right. Yes.
You got Tyreek Hill.
That's perfect.
Who's the tight end over there? Travis Kelce.
And both of them was putting 1,000 yards.
Come on, bro.
They had both of them.
That's no excuse. That's no. You got Tyreek Hill.
You're right.
That was with Kansas City, and you also had Travis Kelce, who was one of the best. Still is one of the best tight ends.
No, but you can't compare both of them boys to the both tight ends. The one in Kansas City is like, whoa.
Yeah, but
that's a Pro Bowl.
What I'm trying to tell you is the reason why I brought that up is that you can still have a star tight end with Tyreek Hill being a star receiver. It's happened before. It's not like it never happened. So there's no excuse that you come over here to the Dolphins, you got a really good tight end. Why can't he still be really good with you being on the same team?
And plus, like I said, the Penguin, I like to call him the Penguin. I don't know. I guess they got him they got Tyreek plus Waddle. They were like, man, you know what? Let's use both of them. Because them boys fast. They get off the line so quick, and we just letting the ball loose. And that's what they was doing. But I feel like they should have actually let the tight ends, add the tight ends in their playbook. Because to be honest with you, I don't know if you agree with me. Tell me if you agree with me.
Yeah.
If I feel like Tua was using the tight ends too, it would have been less concussions for him. Why?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't gonna sit in the pockets too long
because he was gonna
trying to
quick pass, the intermediate.
Exactly. Trying to wait until Waddle or Tyreek get wide open and throw the ball. But by the time he's doing that, guess what? They coming at you.
Yeah.
And you got the tight end right now. Get rid of the ball. Get over to the running backs, to the tight end until Waddle or Tyreek get wide open and boom. So we're gonna see how Sunday how that works. Because man, I'm praying. I've been praying all week for the Dolphins because when I heard Tua was not coming back, like he was ruled out. I said, oh Lord, but we need a miracle because Buffalo don't play.
Buffalo don't play, and you know we heard all across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that we did what we had to do to make the playoffs, that's a accomplishment.
With some help, we got some help. I ain't gonna lie, we did.
We got help, but you got to win the game. You need to win.
You're right, but we still got some help.
We still got help. What help?
If New England won, we would have been out.
Yeah, but
but
Buffalo, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, Buffalo did that to them. But I was scared because I'm like, because when I saw it was 14-14, New England and Buffalo, I'm like, uh-oh. But
yeah.
Buffalo came back and I think third or fourth quarter, they don't took the game. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we in. And that's why we needed to win that Sunday. That's what I understand it was no touchdown, it was all field goals. But it is what it is. We in. I salute the Dolphins. I'm just praying for Sunday. Everything go all our way. Without, our number one quarterback. I hope Teddy get the start though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what they're still working. I feel like they're trying to do something like Skylar Thompson getting ready to start. Skylar Thompson getting ready to start. Then all of a sudden, boom! Teddy start. If Teddy start, that's a different story.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different story.
Now we got a competent quarterback that could, bring us, operate the offense. Then that gives us a chance. But we're gonna take a quick break. And we'll be, right back, and we're gonna continue to get into these sports. You got the playoffs, you got a lot of stuff going on right now. So this is New Sports Show. We'll be right back after these messages. You are now listening to